Don't give him, you see, look at the Rashi a second, thank you, Larry. So don't give him the advice. He doesn't have to heal. We are looking in Rashi, good morning, we're looking in Rashi, and the Pasuk Lifnei Iver V'tem Mechshol. So the example Rashi gives, Al Tomar Bechor Sadcha, sell your real estate and buy merchandise, V'kach Lecha Chamor, because you're interested in this piece of real estate. So Rashi only translates Lifnei Iver V'tem Mechshol as will give him the bad advice. I mean, this happened a million times to everyone.
Every day.
This is unfortunately. But the question is, A, does it apply to a Jew or to a non-Jew also? When is it assumed in the Torah? When is it assumed in the Rabbanan? So let's start with
What is the term? Okef Allah.
Okef, you bypass it. He came to you, he really doesn't know. He said, I really can't sell it by in your mind, you tell him to sell it because you have an interest to buy it. That's how careful you coming from the side. So let's look at the Sefer HaMitzvot. The second here. Let's see, we took look Sefer Madar. I think we took here. Take this Sefer HaMitzvot. לא תעשה ריש צדיק תן, ריש צדיק תן, לא תעשה ריש צדיק תן, לא תעשה, ספר המצוות, בשביל לא תעשה, לא מריב, לא כזה עשה, זה לא תעשה. לא תעשה ריש צדיק תן, יצא מהמקומות. ריש צדיק תן, you have it, David?
Yeah.
Good. You have it? Yeah. Good. Wait till someone will come after this breakfast. Listen carefully the language. Remember, this is the Rambam, it's not the local Rambam. The Rambam says, הוא שהזהירנו מהכשיר קצתנו את קצתנו. We have a warning not to give the bad advice, but he says openly, a Jew to a Jew, קצתנו, את קצתנו.
What's קצתנו?
קצתנו. You see a Jew to a Jew. והוא שאם ישלח אדם עצה בדבר, הוא יפתה בו. Yes? Somebody is asking you advice, if you have a personal interest in the matter, ובא הזרה מלרמותו ולאח שלו. אבל תאשרהו, give him the straight, honest advice על הדבר שתחשוב, שהוא טוב וישר. והוא אומרו יתעלן עד הרמב"ם is quoting the pasuk we just read in the חומש, ולפני עיוור, לא תיתן מכשולים, he quotes this. So again, he says, here he said like Rashi, לפני עיוור means don't give him the bad advice, give him what he needs. I'm just using an example.
You said don't give him bad advice. What about if I don't want to give him good advice? Because it could be hurt me. I don't want to give him I don't want to do anything.
So don't if you give him the good advice for you. If you think that the good advice for him might help you, don't give him advice. It doesn't say you're obligated to give him good advice. If you give him advice, give him the right one. If you can say, I don't know. Say anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
In the Jewish community, 150, 160 years ago, the community decided that one of the shochatim should really be, it was not perfect. And I mean, the only way to do it without hurting him too much is just to offer him another job. He came to the main rabbi, the Maharil Diskin, who really was pushing to get him out, asked him, Rabbi, what should I do? Should I take another job? Or He told him, stay in your job, you have a good job. So he
Oh.
told him the whole idea. He says, כתוב בחומש, לפני עיוור לא תיתן. He came to ask me what's good for him. I know what's good for us. It's not good for him.
Good for him.
This is why Yerushalayim looked at Yerushalayim של מעלה, and this is why the Jews look today the way we look. כך הוא אמר, of course I would like him. He came to ask me what's good
It's
for him.
amazing advice.
No, but this is good for you.
Amazing
You have a
advice.
secure advice.
Yeah,
You
but
have a
you
secure
can
job.
hurt the rest of the people.
Well, we see if
Yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. בלשון ספרה,
He could not have been quiet this one.
Very-
Mario?
what?
He had been quiet because he has responsibilities to them. He has responsibility to him. I agree.
You have to know who the man was. This was the Mario Diskin. Take all the rabbis today, small change, כולם, למאריו דיסקין.
Of
אין
course.
דבר כזה, you come to him a second.
How many years ago, Rabbi?
But the Mario has a responsibility to the thousands of
to
people.
do what the Jew is supposed to do to another Jew. This is why I told you the story. היה נותן ממך עצה, אל תיתן לו עצה שאינה הוגנת לו. Okay? Now please listen, up till now again we spoke about giving advice. ולאו זה אמרו שהוא כולל גם כן here. This עבירה includes also מי שיעזור על עבירה, if I assist you to do an עבירה, או יסבב אותה.
Brings it closer.
This is, which means if your co-worker is a non-religious Jew and he says, David, you're going out to lunch, can you pick me a cheeseburger?
watch the wife.
Make sure not the cheeseburger. Why? The cheeseburger for him is poison. Okay, we'll see in a minute if it's the right or not. So again, לפני עיוור, תיתן מכשול, you are putting an obstacle in front of him.
So we've had cases in business where we have go out for dinner and out of town. So I'll have a piece of fruit or something, but the coworkers are Jews and they're ordering all kinds of taref. And meanwhile, the company is supposed to pay for it. It's awkward.
we'll see in a minute, just a minute. כולל גם כן מי שיעזור על עבירה או יסבב אותה, כי הוא יביא האיש הזה, by buying him the cheeseburger, you are assisting him to commit a crime.
A Jew, you mean, not a goy.
Yeah, of course.
In a minute הוא go to a goy. וחזר עיוור ויפטר ויעזרנו. Okay. So now he gives an example. ומאלו הפנים אמרו, יכולים לקרוא את זה גמרא עם בבא מציאה, ומלווה ולווה בריבית. If a Jew borrows from you, charging him interest, yes? So the lender is over on issue of lending בריבית. The lender is over of giving him a cheeseburger, yes? There were two witnesses who are signing on the loan now, assisting, and the lawyer who is writing the contract, a Jew. הלווה, מלווה ולווה בריבית, ששניהם יחד עוברים משום לפני עיוור, ותן לחשוב, כי כל אחד מהם עזר חברו, והכין לו, and he prepared him להשלים העבירה. ודברים רבים מאוד מזה אמין, many other examples in real life. Okay? This is, remember, this is Sefer HaMitzvot. Now here we have the new Rambam, open the Rambam all the way, Sefer Nezikin, the Nezikin, משפטים של קיבלה. See, the brown one is Nezikin. Okay, so take the brown, here I put this back in Nezikin. I put משפטים שופטים because this one, Sefer Nezikin. Go to the end of Sefer Nezikin, I go down there. Sefer Nezikin, Luchot Rotzeach. Nezikin is the one before the last one, it's on the left side.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see if this applies to a Gentile also or not, but first let's see the practical in practice, בפרק י"ב בהלכות רוצח הלכה י"ד.
Cheeseburger is a little different than doing something not good for the rabbi. What is, for us, it's meat and milk, which is sort of the, it's a different level. If I give a guy just an unkosher hamburger, I give him a
It's the
cheeseburger.
same,
it's
the same, cheeseburger, it's the same. Anything is not kosher. Everything is not kosher.
I looked at this being a higher.
Rabbi, it says here, Rotzeach Veshin Nun, what is that?
Look at that, look at that.
Shmirat nefesh.
שבועת נפש.
Shmirat Nefesh.
שמירת נפש. So פרק י"ב, look at פרק י"ב לארי.
I have it.
פרק י"ב הלכה י"ד. פרק י"ב לרוצח.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to do it right, let's go י"ב י"ב. Okay.
12.
12, yes.
Absolutely.
Give it to Rachel, we have to do books. It's bad, it's over.
Take it easy. You better right in the margin so you can't see it.
Says the Rambam, you have it? אסור.
Right, got it, right.
Very good, very good. Simchot רוצח. You see, you're in the right book. No, you're right in the right book.
Without that,
It's all the way.
Kuf Pei Gimel was the
Oh,
page.
Right off you.
I'm Gimel.
Right off you.
Kuf Pei Gimel.
Right now. Well, I mean, you.
This is a problem for Israel.
What? אסור למכור לגויים כל כלי מלחמה. You cannot sell Gentile weapons. ואין משחיזים להם את הזין. You cannot even sharpen or fix. אסור. ואין מוכרים להם לא סכין ולא קולרים ולא קברים ולא שלשלאות ולא שישיות, לא דובים, לא אריות, the weapons of the time. ולא כל דבר שיש בו נזק לערבים. This is a boy.
Major
You're not allowed to sell a boy. Why? Because the boy is not allowed to cause injury or to kill. So for me selling him the weapon, I'm assisting him to commit the Avera.
So how do we have a
He's gonna
split?
fight that war against another goy nation.
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah.
He's fighting in Africa. Abid what Abid. What
Yeah, but it's a sword for him.
Look at Alachai. I'll say again. If a goy kills another goy, you have to kill the killer. To kill the killer. So לא תרצח, is לא תרצח on a goy too. The issue on a goy is one of the Sheva mitzvot b'nei Noach is not to murder other people.
So how do we have a split in the same pasuk with the Eitzah? There's a Yehudi Luzi, and this is Yehudi Lagoy.
Here where you good question. In a minute.
But Rabbi Prague, why does the Rambam need to say Yud Gimel? I mean, if I have it, I can't sell it. So you're going to sell it to me. So, I mean, he didn't.
In a minute.
What's the Chiddush with the Rambam's teaching?
Good. Let's read the Gimel first. וכשם שאסור למכור לגוי, אך אסור למכור לישראל. Please listen good to what he says here. I cannot sell to a Jew who sells it to a goy.
You can't sell to an arms
You cannot. This is already a secondary assistance.
I understand.
So this is already not asur min haTorah. Asur min haTorah is if I supply you with a weapon.
So this is the Rabbanan?
This is a עוד מעט נראה.
I understand. Okay, interesting.
It continues, ומותר למכור הזין לחיל של בני המדינה. We can sell it to a country that is protecting Israel. Fine. Please listen good. מותר. כל שאסור למכור לגוי, אסור למכור לישראל שהוא ליסטים. If you know that this Jew is a robber, he's using the weapons to replay. מפני שנמצא יאיר אלוהים מחזק ידי עוברי עבירה ומכשילם. Okay? So here he told us clearly that the issue of לפני עיוור applies to a goy on avirot that he is not permitted to commit. So the Gemara says if the goy wants you to give him ever min achai, the Gemara says asur min Torah. Theoretically speaking, the weapon is the same because for him a weapon to ever min achai is not allowed. One of the Sheva mitzvot ben Noach is not to have ever min achai. Now the Rambam continues. וכל המכשיר עיוור בדבר ויסיעו עצה, now he's going back to what he told us in ספר המצוות. כל המכשיר עיוור בדבר ויסיעו עצה שאינה הוגנת לו. If you give someone the wrong advice, או שחיזק ידי עוברי עבירה, or you are assisting those who are supporting or assisting, שחיזק ידי עוברי עבירה, those who are about to commit a crime, שהוא עיוור ואינו רואה דרך האמת, מפני תאוות ליבו. יהודה רמב"ם says, blind, it doesn't mean physical blind, blind means if your heart, your mind is blinded, הרי זה עובר ולא תעשה. שנאמר, ולפני עיוור לא תיתן מכשול, הבא ליטול ממך עצה, תן לו עצה הוגנת. Everyone wonders why the Rambam, Rashi, doesn't say don't put a banana peel on the sidewalk because someone might fall. So either it's too obvious, or if I'm putting a banana peel, it's not lifnei iver l'ten mechshol, it's after hakamocha, it's million other things. The lifnei iver l'ten mechshol, it's either advice or give you or assisting you with something.
It's more specific also, person to person.
Not literal.
Now look how far this goes. I couldn't bring enough books here. Shulchan Aruch Yoreh De'ar, you can open it, Kuf Nun Aleph, Kuf Yoreh De'ar 151. You have a liquor store in Manhattan. It's Christmas Eve. Says the Shulchan Aruch here. Look at Seif, look at the Haggah in Seif Aleph, Kuf Nun Aleph 151 Berama. Yes? He said the Shulchan Aruch says right before, don't sell the goy spices or herbs that he might offer to idols. Says the Rama, the Dafka, the Kohen, only to a priest, or a goy, this is the Gemara, שחזקתו יסון שיקטיר על עבודה לעבודת כוכבים. It's a type of spice that you know is being used to אבל סתם גוי, Gentile walks in, you have to ask him if you're a priest.
This question comes up, retailers used to sell certain Christmas trinkets in December.
But you have to realize the Christmas tree is not Avodah Zarah. We're talking about spices that he's going to offer.
Isn't that tikrovet?
If you give them the crackers that around, the wine that they use in the services.
The wine, the crackers they use in the thing that they serve and they use.
Says the Rama, now the Rama says, יש אומרים, הווה אסור למכור להם דברים, היינו דווקא אם אין להם אחרים כיוצא בו. Because Christmas Eve in the morning, when all the liquor stores are open, and the priest has a choice to go to store A, store B, store C, this is called Terei Evre Dena'ar. The Gemara says if a Nazir is asking me, can you hand me a bottle of wine? If I'm the only way he can get the wine, then it's a Surah Torah. If the Nazir can get it anyway by other people, then he says the Rama brings it by a boat. So if the boy can get his supply, yes, he says, היינו דווקא אם אין להם אחרים כיוצא בהם, או שלא יוכלו לקנות במקום אחר. אבל אם יכולים לקנות במקום אחר, מותר למכור להם כל דבר. Then he says, ויש מחמירים even on that. ונהגו להקל כסברה ראשונה. I mentioned the other day, Larry, right? See, this is the halachot of Avodah Zarah.
Yeah.
If you're consistent, you'll see that Maran in general is more strict than the Rama, because the Rama lived among
society is
among Christians.
Majority.
And a lot of the businesses the Jews did, it was dealing with Goyim. Maran lived in Israel, the Arabs, the Muslims, are not Christians. So in few places, the Rama is Meikel, but the Avad, more here. First he says Mutar, then he says Yesh Machmirim, then he says V'na'agu Akel, then he says V'chol Ba'al Nefesh, Yachmir La'atzmo. This is a famous Rama. Now, if he says that even if the Goy can get it by himself, you're better off not assisting him, right? Comes the Shach, and the Shach says, I disagree, and that's strongly. Why? He says like this, עובד כוכבים בישראל מומר, אינו חייב להפרישו. I'm not allowed to sell a leftist Israeli a cheeseburger. But if he has a way to get it anyway,
You go to McDonald's.
but he has a way to get it anyway. I'm just helping him. I'm
Yeah.
assisting him.
It's 20 liquor stores.
Says the Shach, even by a Jew, it's not a Sunni, very famous Shach.
Wow.
He
It's
says-
what? I couldn't hear.
Even
He
my
says even by a Jew will be mutar. Again, not to give him directly, and I am the only source. I'm reading in the middle. The Shach says,
Yes, other-
Which number in the shach?
מה שאין כן עובד כוכבים בישראל מומר, שאינו חייב להפרישו. The man lives like, this is my words, like an Jew anyway. I'm not giving him the Isurim.
So Rabbi Jude owns a Burger King franchise. There's hundreds of them around the area, so he owns one. He's selling it to Goyim, he's selling it to Jews. who are coming in at the same time.
No, there are two avirot over there. First, the Shulchan Aruch says openly a Jew should not have a business of. Now, hundreds of Jews are coming to you, right?
Oh,
So you are directly
The
or
quantity is a big
indirectly.
factor. It's a
Right.
one situation.
And also what you like, if it's cheeseburgers, it's Isur Hana'ah, which is
Oh,
assuming that
that's
Torah
right.
anyway. We had once in class, we were learning that, you cannot be a cook in a non-Jewish restaurant.
Yeah.
Because you're cooking, milk and meat,
Right.
and your son. So anyway, the kids knew, and his father owns Burger King. Put it out.
Yeah.
The kid felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you have to defend the kid. I says, I don't know what's going on, but I says, speak to your father. Kid comes next day, David, he says, what is the kid saying? Says, my father told me that in the contract, you have statistics. The profit from cheeseburger is 25%. French fries, 10. Soda, 5. Regular hamburgers. So he says in the contract,
The boy is responsible for X amount of.
the profit from the
Cheeseburger.
cheeseburgers goes to his non-Jewish partner. Okay, if the kid has a good face.
Well, then you could ask, we've talked about it, you could ask, how could I own stock in McDonald's?
The stock is totally different. I'll tell you why. The reason is if I have a stock in GM,
I don't control it.
I cannot walk into a dealer and say, hey, give me a car. I have
I'm an
a
owner.
million. It's nothing. It's a share. You cannot walk into a Burger King and say, listen, I have a million shares in the.
Give me a free burger.
In the Gemara, Rabbi, in the Gemara, when they talk about parking your animal, the Jew can't park his animal in the goy and all that.
At that time,
Okay,
I said,
yeah, so then that's an issue that Rabbanan, because the goy can get an animal elsewhere.
correct. The
It's not
Gemara
a
says
Doraita.
openly, if the boy can get it anyway. Now, to show you, I really have one. This is what the Rambam says. One Rambam Zerayim somewhere. The brown, it has to be a brown one, okay. Because I didn't bring it. The Rambam, oh, no, of course, I'm not here.
If you sell something to a Jew that he can't get elsewhere, that's a law, sheyesh bo ma'aseh, that would be malkut, wouldn't it?
If you
Theoretically.
if you had him over here. This is what the Rambam says here in the Chod Kilayim. Rambam says the Chod Kilayim as follows.
1 second.
Sefer Zerayim and Chod Kilayim, I have so many. Perek Aleph Halacha Vav, Kilayim. Listen to this. Asur Israel, if you have orchards in Florida, to let a Gentile to graft trees. we don't know it, but if you look at Rambam and Chot Melachim, a non-Jew is not permitted to graft 2 trees. He can, when it comes to seeds, he can do whatever he wants. Then the Rambam openly says, I cannot hire, says, I cannot hire a gardener to tell him, listen, I have to graft A and B together. I want to graft oranges and lemons because I want fresh grapefruits, not of the fruits that we have. Lemons are so, because it's so easy, it's so, and going to, Goy is not permitted in the Torah to graft trees.
Where's the store on this in Sheva Mitzvot?
But look at the
I know there's a source,
Look at
it's
the
a-
Kesef Mishnah Torah, the Gemara learns it out.
Okay.
But the biggest chidush in the topic is a very big topic because it's a very practical. Is as follows. It's a good time to find
This is
it.
grafting, it's like a Yisur of Hashem, like you're going against Hashem or something.
No, this is the Ramban. You're asking now a general question. Why are me and you not allowed to crossbreed animals? So the Ramban says Hashem gave you the world you need. Don't try to create new creatures. Especially it talks about the mule, because the mule cannot reproduce. Listen to Halacha in Shulchan Aruch, maybe this is really where it comes to us. I mean, to me, to you, to everyone. But don't leave the class before we finish this. Now you open Shulchan Aruch Orach Chaim 163. The Rama says in 163, Seif Bet, אסור להאכיל למי שלא נטל ידיו, משול לפני עיוור לא תיתן מכשול.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah,
big,
that's
this is a
that's a
huge,
rough one.
we had this morning,
You
Rabbi
can add-
Hasselton, it's a huge issue, this whole
No,
thing.
but
You can't somebody, an apple that he in case not gonna say
But this is
bracha
what I said, no one,
Yeah, I
after
know.
I read,
I know.
you can't read, you
No,
can't
no,
read,
it
this is the point.
was a hot topic that morning.
At first, it's obvious,
What's the liberal words?
don't invite your in-laws if you know they're not going to wash. Don't serve cookies in your office to Jews if they're not making. I mean, this
Make a
is
bracha.
this is why people make noise. Let's see what the Mishnah Berurah says. Okay, first it says, the Mishnah Berurah says, if you give it to a poor man, don't ask too many questions. You don't know if he's going to wash or not wash.
Right.
This is
That's where it goes pikuach nefesh, okay?
no, because let me look at this. The kind of right that the man is.
No, I know, but why the?
דהיינו בלחם של המאכיל, the bread is mine, and I'm serving. Because if it's his bread, and he's only asking me, can you pass me the bread? Fine. Now comes up from Zaman Auerbach and says as follows. But this is, okay, you have to know, the saying again, why am I not giving, I mean, in my school, most of the teachers are religious. So if I give cookies, they'll make a bracha, but some would not. Says, so imagine, yes, Rabbi Prague is giving to David, to Eli, and one teacher is really almost anti-religious, yeah? And you see the religious, this is exactly what
Shum eva.
because he says more. He says, I am losing much more by not giving it.
Sure.
It's a majority.
The לפני עיוור is what? It's a לפני עיוור באיסור דרבנן, yes? She is not making a bracha. What I do is, I'm causing the חילול השם, שזה דאורייתא. So he has a משנה, in מסכת שביעית, I mean, חוכמה, it says, סברה like this, is to find him, the משנה in מסכת שביעית, that if you are, by not doing, you are losing much more, even though by doing, I'm doing some type of a no-no, right? But so הוא פסק הלכה למעשה.
So what are you losing if you don't give out 4 people the cookies? It's
No,
the fucking what are you losing?
you're right. If I'm not giving anyone with no problem, the question now is,
Five people, 4 of them are
I am
religious.
giving to half of the
So 4
crowd.
people like a Berachai, you're saying that's for your benefit. Otherwise, 4
Right.
people won't make it.
So Rabbi Zalman Auerbach himself, who used to have a plumber or whatever, not religious, it's a hot day, you have to serve him. He used to tell the guy, but look, he used to tell the guy, אני שותה, I'm drinking, I'm giving you, I'm making the bracha aloud, and I'm doing mine. But this way, it's a very easy way for,
Rabbi was in a barber shop about years ago, and it's a Jewish barber shop. And one of the people getting a haircut, he goes, please take everything off over here.
Oh.
He goes, you came to the wrong place.
He's
I'm
not
not
gonna
gonna
do
do
it.
this
He's
for
not
you.
gonna
Is that the reason?
Not only it's bad for you, but I get the Avera also.
You went to a barber shop and the client.
No, you're Jewish.
When the client wanted him to remove.
He says, I want you to, he wants, shave everything, shave his whole
Right.
body, everything.
Rabbi Prague, Rabbi,
Told him, sorry, you're the wrong place.
Yeah, but that's his only sword, the barber. It's not the same
It is,
day.
it's-
It's his sword.
It's both, it's both.
oh, it's like ribbis, it's like ribbis. It's like ribbis. By Rabbi Prague, the punchline should have been V'yaresa me'Elohecha over here.
When I was very young, when Russian immigrants started to come, the Russian guy was definitely not religious, opened a barber shop near Sharei Chesed. Now, he's Russian, so if a non-religious Israeli wants a shave, so the community, I mean, people knew how to speak to him, says, if you want us to advertise for free to do, have to promise us not
No
to
shave.
Israeli. He promised, he says, the biggest, the best
Best investment.
investment he ever made. No, because he advertised, he said everyone should go to it because he promised. Yeah, but there's a big chokhmah how you.
Yeah, how you.
He's allowed to do it to cut it away, though, right? The
But
whole
that
thing.
was- this is in Israel.
No, I'm saying, but in Israel, for the Muslim walked in, he told them, I
Of
want you
course,
to
of
support.
course.
I'm not gonna take all the olives back.
Yeah, the olives back now you can check.
Jackie,
No, of course, it's like, how far do you go? If you make a wedding and you're serving bread,
No, no,
you know
no.
how much, some people are not the same.
See, when Eli said, listen, you know what he said. Listen carefully, listen carefully.
The light.
The Moshe
Light
Feinstein,
brown.
here the Moshe Feinstein is the following tshuva. He had a catering hall in Williamsburg. They told him, if we sign a contract with a non-religious Jewish family, no one is going to make any profit.
Oh.
If we, now can you take the?
If you have a client that is totally not religious, everyone in their wedding is not going. But the other choice is, if they're not coming to us, they might go to a non-kosher catering.
Very good.
Feinstein says, no question, invite them and give them an incentive to come to you.
That's why he's Rabbi Moshe.
This is no, but the Moshe, this is exactly the same as Rabbi Feinstein.
Well, what's it
It's a
right here,
Plum
Shad, it's
Zaman,
you. Somebody making the wedding here. So Jack just said, when he does something at some kind of his house, he doesn't serve bread, he goes to that. Maybe that's the way, they shouldn't serve bread mamash, maybe the majority of people would wash that bread. I'm only saying, of course, it's the right on the Chatzon at least.
You have more people gonna do it than not, you're not having it.
The boy is going to Israel Sunday, so I'm going to eat up. She's going to Israel Sunday, my niece is getting married next week, she is going to represent me.
Oh, I see.
Sunday night, I'll eat
What's
up.
your timetable? more or less?
Well, the same as every year, I
Yeah.
finish my classes, about 9:30.
There's a pasuk.
Yeah, what's it?
Lo tonu. She says a person should say.
Don't cause him pain.
No, sorry, no, look, I said it wrong. Don't say this day is a good day to
Oh,
do
not
business.
Lo
Lo Te'onenu, sorry.
Don't say this day is a lot.
But sometimes
Yes.
I say, oh, we have a closing. Tuesdays, my mind is closed. That's a day for
Yeah,
sessions.
this is that,
That's exactly what Rashi is saying. The person should say, I want to start this business on this day. It's a good time to say this, to start a business.
Since the Gemara says, you talk with double, you talk more. The mutar, not only the black cat passed by, I'm not going to do the business.
Right, but Rashi gives me the positive. Shouldn't say this is a good time to start a
But he
business.
didn't mean with the halakha, tells the open. Every year, say, once, you know, next time they invite you. But you remember, kids years from then will remember, you understand? So the father of the boy is going to Israel Sunday, so I'm going to represent Israel.
You're going to represent?
The boy is not going to come to the Sudan this coming Sunday. I'm going to be there for years. I'm not going to. So when they're going to a ballet, so Hashem is the right boy.